What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another season of Raider Respawn. I'm a game late and a dollar short, but I'm still here. So I wasn't expecting us to win this game, honestly, because for two reasons. First of all, it was against the Chargers. I mean, not the, I don't know. I think we always had kind of a tougher time against the Chargers recently, so that was the number one. Number two, it was a primetime game. And number three was at home. So all of that is just like a storm of losing a game. Basically, it's just like I don't know what the deal is. First things first, before I get into this recap, I want to have a little bit of a rant. Now, granted, all right, I don't live in Vegas, I don't live in Oakland, so I don't get the Raider games locally. So what I have to do a lot of the times is I have to stream the game. So I normally go to this site called NFL Byte. And I'm sure a lot of you people know about it, because if you want to watch the games for free. And it's just gotten so fucking bad on there. Like, literally, I was screwing around for like 5 or 10 minutes. Like, I would have the game for a little bit, then I'd lose it. I'd have it for a little bit, then lose it. With all these, like, ridiculous amount of ads popping up. And granted, it's a free site. People are like, oh, Patchy, it's a free site. Like, you shouldn't be complaining. And, oh, maybe you should just pay for it. It's like, I'm not paying $400 from fucking NFL Ticket to watch on YouTube TV or whatever bullshit package they want to try to sell. When it's just ridiculous. Anyway, so like, it just kept giving me nonstop ad after ad after ad, and then like I would have the game, but it would be muted, and I would click it, so it would, I would get the sound. I clicked it like 20 times, and all it was doing was giving me ads to different like weird shit, and yeah. So anyway, fuck NFL streams, and especially fuck Buff streams, because like literally that one used to be a good site, but it became just so like riddled with ads. Like it was like I would have it for like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, oh, watch this girl bounce her tits. I was like, okay, great, like that's nice, but I want to watch football. I don't want to see that right now. Anyway, a little mini rant there, but well, so the first quarter, I actually missed this first interception. I didn't realize it till later, but on the first drive, on the opening drive, Geno Smith throws an interception. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a great start. Then the Chargers kick a field goal. We kick a field goal. The defense has 2 good stops. I think we only had like two or three sacks throughout the whole game. Like it just felt like Justin Herbert was just chilling, sitting in his lawn chair there. Like he literally just didn't have a care in the world, and he had tons of time. There were a few missed calls in this game. Well, no, actually, this is a penalty first. So there was a bullshit penalty that led the Chargers getting initially towards their first touchdown, like near the goal line, where Justin Herbert was hit as he slid. Now, there's like all kinds of debate. Like, it did look like on the footage that he hit him in the helmet, but also Herbert brought his head down. So like, and this is a problem that's just riddled the NFL for like the last few years. When quarterbacks, I think personally, when quarterbacks are going to scramble, they assume risk, right? Like obviously, if someone's running at you and you lower your head, that's not their fault, because they're running at you full speed. They're not going to be able to stop. Like basic physics will tell you that. And it's just so stupid. I hate when they call that penalty when literally the quarterback is assuming risk by running, and they need to get rid of that rule, but I don't know. They won't. So basically, that led to a Keenan Allen touchdown. I just will say, like, about the offense in general, it just felt like that the offense couldn't get anything going no matter what. Now, granted, the Chargers do have a really good defense, but it just seemed like throughout the whole game that their defensive line was just beating the shit out of our offensive line. And that's going to be probably a major problem area moving forward. And it's like, literally, that's where it all comes. Like, it's going to mess up with the run game. It's going to mess with the pass game. Because there were a lot of times where Geno didn't look like he had a lot of time. But there were some shitty throws that he made and bad decisions that he made as well. But anyway, I wrote this down. There was a nice Ashton Genty spin against Derwin James. That was such a nice like little spin thing there that he did. I think Jacoby Myers and maybe someone else had like another really good spin that I like too. I don't know. I always like when they spin like that. Another thing I was consistently noticing was throughout the game, mainly through the first and second quarter, there was a lot of like high and low snaps. So the center, I forgot who was playing center, but center's fault there. And then, so the Raiders get a field goal in the second quarter. And then this is what pisses me off. So there was a decent drive. This happened twice. There were 2 missed pass interference call. This one especially, where the defender was pulling Thornton's arm, you could literally see him pulling the jersey down, and like he's pulling the jersey sleeve, or it wasn't the sleeve, it was his arm sleeve that he was wearing. He was literally pulling the arm sleeve down and pulling his arm down, but they didn't call that. So that was in the second quarter, and they didn't call that. So because of that, that drive ended, which led to Justin Herbert throwing a 60-yard touchdown. Geno Smith threw another interception in the second quarter. And yeah, so by halftime, we're like, okay, this is done or whatever. Third quarter, I think was it the opening drive, or was the second drive of the Chargers and the third quarter that the defense had stopped them. So the defense seemed to be getting stopped some of the times, even though they weren't bringing a lot of pressure, but they were able to get a good number of stops. But like when you turn, like at that point, the offense had already turned the ball over twice. Like what else could be done? Usually like one time you could kind of come back, but if you're turning over the ball or getting it intercepted like 2 or 3 times, you're pretty much done. There's really no way you're going to win no matter what. Okay, what else? So then the Raiders, because of that, the Raiders kick another field goal. The Raiders stop the Chargers on 4th down, and then the ball gets bounced. So I think Geno was just like trying to force something to make it work. He threw it to Jacoby Myers. It like kind of bounced out of his hands. It was so weird how this happened. So I think it was either too high for Jacoby Myers, and Derwin James batted it down, and then another Chargers defender caught it, and it was, I don't know, ended up being an interception. And then the Raiders, I think it was may have been the fourth quarter, that they tried for a 4th down, they didn't get it. Butler recovers the fumble for the Raiders, which was good. And then another missed pass interference call happens, where once again his arm was getting pulled down, and then that just basically kind of ended things for the Raiders there. So what will I say? Like, a lot of people there's some people that are already panicking, like, oh, Geno sucks or whatever. I think it's a combination. I would say it's more on the offensive line, even though he did make some really bad throws. But a lot of times, like, even the throws he made, he was still being hit as he threw. So I would say it's more likely the offensive line. And they weren't really, I mean, Genty had a few good runs, but they weren't really opening things up much for him. But he's also still learning as well. But yeah, I'm not going to lose hope quite yet. I like I said, I had a feeling we weren't going to win this game. It was just a total storm. The perfect storm of losing, where it's in Las Vegas, it's on primetime TV, and it's against the Chargers, which, their defense is looking like really good this year. Even like without Khalil Mack, like their defense just looked freaking amazing. And I don't like saying that, but I'll give credit where credit's due. But yeah, so I mean, that's what I would say is like mainly it's the off, and I would say defensively just getting more pressure, because like he just like looked way too comfortable there, and yeah, that's what we need to do. But I mean, hey, at least the Chiefs are 0-2, so be happy about that. But yeah, I mean, that doesn't like nullify this. But let me see, who are we playing next? Ooh, we're playing the Commanders. That game can go either way, honestly. They lost to the Packers, but the Packers are pretty good. I mean, I will say this, like, if we can not turn the ball over 3 times, just maybe, we could beat them. And I would say, like, if the offensive line plays a little bit better, but I don't know. I just think we need to get better people at offensive line. I'm going to say the Raiders win by 3. I'm going to say that we win, but we win barely in that game. Yeah, so, we're seeing, and a lot has happened, like, over the offseason as well, and and the most trollish thing was that Amari Cooper signed on back with us, and then he's like, he did, like, one practice, like, I'm going to retire. It's like, oh my god. Like, I don't know, it's just, like dumb, crazy shit like that, and then Jacoby Myers was, like, trying to get a trade, and I'm like, oh god. I mean, at least, thank God we did not end up trading Jacoby Myers, or we didn't, end up releasing him or anything. Thank God for that. Even like Brock Bowers, he wasn't 100% for this game, which really, I think, hurt us. But also, like, with the Chargers defense, I don't know how much he would have been able to do, but I don't know. I think that he was kind of still playing hurt, which kind of limited us as well. And Yeah, and I mean, there was a few times where Michael Mayer missed some blocks, and yeah, the whole thing was just a mess. And that's the thing I kind of hate about it being on Prime. I like having a primetime game, but I also don't like it either, because it's like everyone's watching, but I don't know, maybe the game was so late people were just asleep, especially on the East Coast. God, I couldn't imagine watching it that late. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this recap, and I will see you next week against the Commanders. We should beat them, hopefully by 3. That's what I'm predicting.